Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be going through the trade I took on Euro dollar on Wednesday. If you didn't see the short, it should be there. I think it's my third or fourth one, but it was the first trade I posted that I've taken on Euro dollar. And yeah, so I'm just going to be breaking it down today. Going to be just sort of reviewing it and talking through why I took the trade, what I was looking for. Um, because yeah, I think this is a really nice one to sort of illustrate the way I view the market, the way I anticipate price, and what I look for to enter on. So let's get into it. So this was a quiet day. We had one news event. We had dollar sharing news at 3 p.m. and it was high impact. That was all we had. We didn't have any London news or early New York news. Sorry. And so I was looking at price before we had this news event, and I'd seen. So this is the start of the day. This is 5 a.m. for me because I'm in the UK, but this is midnight New York time. So this is where the day starts. All we'd done all day on euro and dollar is we dropped, and dollar had gone higher. We hadn't had any sort of Judas swing or anything like that. We'd simply opened up and we'd been dropping all day. We'd taken sell side liquidity, as you can see here. We'd taken this, but then we'd still continued lower. So it was clearly searching for another layer of sell side liquidity. And so I think it was around 1 p.m. my time. So 2 hours before we had the news release, I'd seen that we'd taken another level of sell side liquidity, which is this level here. Dollar had also taken buy side liquidity. So this is the Wednesday, this is the start of day. Dollar had taken this level of buy side liquidity. And this was this was around 1 p.m. So when we take a fairly major pool of liquidity before a high impact news event, I typically look for it to tell me what we're going to do during that news event. So if we were to take this and then start working our way higher, so for example, if we took this sell side, then let's say we came for some buy side, maybe we get a retracement. So if we'd taken this, if we come higher up for this buy side, get a retracement lower, and then show continuation higher, I might expect that news to ultimately take us higher. However, we took this sell side, we then took internal range buy side, so we took the sell side once here, made a short-term high here, came lower again. So if you think people who've got sell stops below here, they've been triggered here. Its price has offered a slight retracement and then it's taken this low again. So it's triggered even more people in this. Their trailing stops are probably going to be moved to above this high because they're thinking this is where it's safe. You know, we've made two moves lower. This is it's probably a safe place to put trailing stops here. You know, initially when we take this here, they probably look to put their stops above here, but then taking this low, trailing stops get moved to here because retail likes to keep their stops as tight as possible. So yeah, when you see that we take sell side liquidity, typically the market likes to pair that with the most recent high that's been made before that to knock everyone out who's taken a sell here. Trailing stops are here, the market will come and knock those out. Now just because we've had a shift above this, that does not mean it's a bullish shift in structure. That just means that we're taking out stops. If we were to then come back down, get another break of structure higher, I would probably look at that as targeting this high. But we didn't do that. We came for this sell side. We allowed the market allowed people to think this was safe, then it came and knocked them out, and then it's shown willingness to continue lower. So it's closed below this candle here, which now makes this a breaker, a bearish breaker. It's printed an order block in line, overlapping with this breaker. So this is the breaker. And then we've got this order block here, overlapping with that. We've got a slight fair value gap in here, so it could have potentially come up for that. But because I'm looking for lower prices, I don't, and it's shown me the direction, it's shown me it's coming lower by closing below this. I don't want to see it come up too high. I want to see it be in somewhat of a rush to get lower, to get where it's going. So the fact that it left this open is a really good sign. It could have come up to fill this and then continued lower. That would have been fine. That's why I had my stop above, I think I had it above mean threshold of this. But I really like that they left this open. But anyway, yes. So they've taken sell side, they've paired the liquidity with buy side, and they've shown willingness to continue moving lower. So as soon as we get the close below here, I'm looking for the next pool of sell side liquidity. Now, yes, we've got lots of swing lows in here, but I just put my, I think I took partials when we got to this level because it's the lowest level of all this liquidity. So this is where the major liquidity is being held, at this low here. So yeah, as soon as we show what direction we're going, which is lower, I'm scrolling out, I'm looking for the next level of sell side liquidity, and this is my target. And this is pretty close to this level, so this was where my overall target was, but I took partials here. So yeah, we take sell side, we pair it with buy side, we show that we're not done, we're still looking to come even lower. And so I entered a sell position on this order block, which overlapped with the breaker, because we have high, low, higher, high, close below. As you can see, I entered on this candle. They gave a nicer, more obvious entry here into the order block. I think it might have touched mean threshold. Yeah. Look how perfectly mean threshold. That's the middle of this candle. Let me make this a bit clearer. So that's the middle of this candle. That level is 106.822. The high on this candle is 1.06822. So mean threshold of this gets hammered perfectly. Slight bit of drawdown for me. I entered here as soon as we retouched this order block, and then it was, yeah, price was gone. We came lower. I took a partial here, and then triggered my full take profit when we got below this low for sell side liquidity. Now the reason I knew this was going to happen before the news event was because we'd been falling all day. So us taking sell side and then showing that we still wanted more sell side, I believe that to be building in a bearish sentiment, which, to be honest, I thought we would be taking this out before the news, and then I thought the news would run us higher, like a lot. I thought we would get quite explosive buy side delivery off the news because it's built in such a strong bearish sentiment. You know, sell stops have been entered here, sell stops have been entered here, here and here. So there's a lot of sellers in the market. They're probably feeling quite confident because all we've done all day is dropped. So I did think that when we got to the news, which was at 3 p.m, which was here, I did think that when we got to this was going to rip their faces off and come higher. I mean, you can see the candle was a bullish candle, but no, it was a pretty lackluster news event. But yeah, let me run through it on dollar, because dollar's got some nice things I wanted to add. So yeah, so this is the start of the day. As you can see, all we've done is climb higher. We've taken out buy stops here. We've taken out buy stops here. And then what did we do? We took buy stops here, made a low, came even higher here, And then what does price do? It seeks this low, because this is where the trailing stops are. So at this point, when it gets to here, we're in a fairly neutral position. If price wants to come lower, I'd expect maybe a bit of retracement up into here. But if this is done, if it's setting in a intermediate term high, it's going to kick these lot out, give a slight retracement, and then it's going to give a strong break of structure lower. And then it's going to target, maybe some sell side liquidity. But it doesn't do that. It comes higher, it takes out the trailing stops, and then it shows more willingness to come higher. So that can only mean one thing. We've already taken out buy side, and it's showing it's still strong, it still wants to come higher. So what do? We zoom out, and to be fair, I had to zoom out quite far. But yeah, so here's the Wednesday. You zoom out quite far, and all you do is find the next buy side liquidity pool, which granted is small, but we've got a slight swing high on the hourly with this hourly gap here. So that's what I'm drawing a line to, and that's as far as I'm concerned, that's where price is targeting. Because we've already taken buy side, and it's showing me by closing above this candle here that we're still wanting to move higher. And the next thing I'm looking for it to target is either buy side liquidity or an imbalance. I typically tend just to look for liquidity. So yeah, that's this level here. I decided we were coming up here as soon as this candle closed, giving us the bullish breaker here. So we closed above that. That's it telling me we're coming for the next level of buy side, which, yes, I'm aware we didn't get there. I'll get to that in a minute. And then, yes, so this is the candle I entered on euro dollar, but as you can see, this didn't touch the order block. This lovely candle here is a very nice, obvious entry. Touches the whole candle, nice high close, and then immediately off we go. But yes, in this case I was wrong. We didn't take this level of buy side. In fact, the whole rest of the week we've left this level of buy side intact. So you don't have to be correct. You just have to be correct enough. But yeah, I knew what the draw on liquidity was. We didn't get there, but that doesn't matter. That was enough for me. Even if euro didn't get all the way down here, I took partials here. Excuse me. I took partials here, moved my stop to break even. So I'm at least in profit. I think this partial gave me $2,940, I think is what I've got written down. And so yeah, that would have been plenty, but I suppose I was just lucky and it went all the way. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts. It was a beautiful trade. It's a really nice illustration of my model, the arc, which I'm not going to go too much more into detail with, but maybe I will in future. I'm hoping to do a few more of these. I'll try and upload at least a short or a TikTok each day in the week, and then I want to try and do a review of one or maybe multiple of those trades on the weekends, just to try and share some of the knowledge that I've been accumulating over the last 4 years. So yes, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the week. Thank you.